A tornado is barreling toward your home at 150 miles per hour. You're huddled in your safe room. When you come out, will your barndominium still be standing? Today we're answering the question that could literally save your life if you're building in Tornado Alley. Red iron or wood post frame? Which barndominium survives a tornado better? I'm breaking down the actual engineering, real tornado data, and giving you the honest truth. No fluff, no sales pitch, just facts. And trust me, the answer might surprise you. Before we dive in, if you're serious about building a barndominium or just love learning about construction and extreme weather engineering, hit that subscribe button right now. Drop a comment telling me which construction method you're considering. Let's get into the engineering. Understanding the tornado threat. Let's start with what we're actually dealing with. Tornadoes are measured on the enhanced Fujita Scale, from EF0 to EF5. An EF2 tornado, which is considered significant, generates winds from 113 to 157 miles per hour and can tear roofs off frame houses, demolish mobile homes, and snap large trees. An EF3 reaches 158 to 206 miles per hour and causes severe damage to well-constructed houses. EF4 and EF5 tornadoes, with winds from 207 to over 200 miles per hour, can level almost any structure. Here's the reality check. No residential structure is completely tornado-proof against EF4 or EF5 tornadoes. These extreme events will cause severe damage to any home, whether it's red iron, wood post frame, or traditional stick-built. But for EF0 through EF3 tornadoes, which represent the vast majority of tornado events, your construction method makes a massive difference in whether your home survives or becomes debris. Red iron barndominiums. The engineering. Red iron construction uses large steel I-beams coated in red oxide primer for rust protection. These are the same structural systems used in commercial buildings, warehouses, and industrial facilities worldwide. The steel is manufactured to precise specifications, typically with wide flanges that provide exceptional strength-to-weight ratios. The strength advantage is undeniable. Steel has a tensile strength that allows it to flex under extreme wind loads without breaking. When tornado force winds hit a red iron frame, the steel absorbs and dissipates energy by bending slightly rather than snapping like wood. Research from the Wind Science and Engineering Research Center at Texas Tech University confirms that properly constructed steel frame barndominiums can significantly resist damage from high winds and tornadoes. The connections matter enormously. Red iron frames use bolted or welded connections that are substantially stronger than nailed wood joints. These steel-to-steel connections create a continuous load path from the roof down through the walls to the foundation. Under tornado conditions, this means forces are distributed throughout the entire structure rather than concentrating at weak points. Steel frames typically achieve wind resistance ratings of 160 to 170 miles per hour as standard construction. With proper engineering, including reinforced anchoring systems, hurricane clips, and enhanced fastening, red iron barndominiums can be rated for winds exceeding 150 miles per hour and potentially approaching 200 miles per hour. Studies following the devastating 2011 Joplin, Missouri tornado noted that buildings with structural steel framing fared significantly better than most other construction types. The flexibility factor is critical. Unlike rigid materials that fail catastrophically when their breaking point is reached, steel can bend without breaking. This characteristic allows red iron structures to absorb massive wind forces and return to their original shape once the storm passes, assuming the connections and anchoring hold. Wood post frame barndominiums. The engineering. Post frame construction, commonly called pole barn construction, uses large wooden posts typically measuring 4 by 6 inches or 6 by 6 inches set deep into the ground. These posts are buried at least 40 inches deep, creating direct ground anchoring without requiring a traditional foundation. The posts support horizontal beams, called girts, which in turn support the roof and wall systems. The ground anchoring provides inherent uplift resistance. When tornado winds create suction and try to lift the structure, those buried posts act like massive anchors. This is fundamentally different from red iron buildings that rely on anchor bolts connecting the frame to a concrete slab. In theory, the deeper you bury posts and the larger their diameter, the more uplift resistance you achieve. Wood has natural advantages. It's a natural insulator, meaning it doesn't conduct heat or cold like steel does. Wood also doesn't require the same level of insulation investment to achieve comfortable interior temperatures. From a construction standpoint, post-frame buildings can be erected with basic carpentry tools and skills, making them more DIY-friendly than red iron, which often requires cranes and specialized equipment. However, wood has critical limitations in tornado scenarios. Wood can split, crack, warp, and fail catastrophically under extreme stress. Nailed connections between wood members are the weakest link in post-frame construction. Under tornado force winds, nails can pull out, boards can split, and connections can fail. Wood is also susceptible to rot over time, weakening structural integrity, and termites can compromise posts embedded in the ground. The flexibility issue works against wood. Unlike steel, which bends and returns to shape, wood that flexes significantly under load often suffers permanent damage. Once wood fibers are stressed beyond their capacity, the damage is permanent and structural integrity is compromised. Direct comparison: tornado performance. Let's compare these systems head-to-head for tornado resistance. Wind resistance ratings show red iron with standard construction at 160 to 170 miles per hour, engineered up to 200 miles per hour or more, while wood post frame typically rates at 130 to 150 miles per hour, potentially higher with engineering, but limited by material properties. Connection strength heavily favors steel. Bolted or welded steel connections are substantially stronger and more reliable under stress than nailed wood joints. This is where wood post frame buildings most commonly fail during tornadoes. Material behavior under extreme stress shows steel bending and flexing without breaking, returning to original shape, while wood splits, cracks, warps, and suffers permanent damage once stressed beyond capacity. Uplift resistance is interesting. Post frame has inherent uplift resistance from buried posts, while red iron relies on anchor bolts, which must be properly engineered and installed. If properly designed, both can resist uplift, but red iron requires more attention to foundation anchoring. Long-term durability clearly favors steel. It doesn't rot, isn't affected by moisture or termites, and maintains structural integrity for 50 to 100 plus years. Wood requires ongoing maintenance, is susceptible to rot and pests, especially posts buried in ground, and structural strength degrades over time. Debris impact resistance is another factor. Steel frames resist flying debris better, though both require impact-rated windows and doors. The steel structure itself is less likely to be penetrated or damaged by projectiles. The honest verdict, based purely on engineering and tornado resistance, red iron barndominiums outperform wood post frame in virtually every category that matters for extreme wind events. The strength of steel, the quality of connections, the flexibility under load, and the long-term durability all favor red iron construction. That said, here's the nuanced truth. A properly engineered wood post frame barndominium with quality construction can absolutely survive EF0 through EF2 tornadoes and possibly EF3 with the right design. Many post frame buildings have survived major hurricanes and tornadoes. The key phrase is properly engineered with quality construction. Red iron provides a higher safety margin. It's more forgiving of construction variations and provides better protection across a wider range of wind speeds. If you're in Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Texas, or anywhere in Tornado Alley, the engineering advantage of red iron is significant. Critical factors regardless of construction method. No matter which system you choose, certain elements are absolutely critical for tornado survival. Foundation anchoring must be properly engineered and installed. This is where many buildings fail. Red iron structures need properly sized and spaced anchor bolts embedded in reinforced concrete. Post frame needs posts buried to proper depth in well-compacted soil or concrete. Roof connections are a common failure point. Hurricane clips, reinforced fasteners, and proper attachment of roofing to the frame are essential. Standing seam metal roofing with concealed fasteners performs better than exposed fastener systems. Windows and doors are the weakest links. Impact-rated windows with design pressure ratings of at least 35, reinforced door frames, and properly rated garage doors are non-negotiable in tornado zones. Continuous load path engineering means every connection from roof to foundation is designed to transfer wind loads. This requires working with structural engineers who understand wind load requirements. Safe rooms or storm shelters are essential. Even the strongest barndominium can be damaged by EF4 or EF5 tornadoes. A FEMA-approved safe room provides life-saving protection when the structure itself might not survive. The cost consideration. Red iron construction typically costs more upfront, usually 15 to 30% higher than post frame for the structural system. A 2,400 square foot red iron shell might run $80,000 to $120,000 compared to $60,000 to $90,000 for post frame. However, factor in long-term costs. Red iron requires less maintenance, potentially lower insurance premiums due to superior wind ratings, no concern about rot or termites, and potentially higher property values in tornado-prone areas. Post-frame offers lower initial investment, faster DIY-friendly construction, and easier modifications. But you'll have ongoing maintenance, potentially higher insurance, and greater risk in extreme weather events. Final recommendation. If maximum tornado protection is your priority and budget allows, red iron is the superior choice. The engineering, materials, and proven performance in extreme weather make it the safer option for tornado-prone regions. If budget is tight or you prefer DIY construction, wood post frame can work but demand proper engineering. Use larger posts, bury them deeper, specify high-quality connections, use hurricane ties and reinforced fasteners, and work with engineers who specialize in high wind design. Regardless of which you choose, never compromise on foundation anchoring, roof connections, impact-rated windows and doors, or a dedicated storm shelter. The bottom line is this: tornadoes don't care about your construction method. They're going to test every connection, every fastener, and every design decision you made. Red iron gives you better odds of walking out to a standing structure. Wood post frame can survive with excellent engineering and execution, but both require you to take tornado resistance seriously from day one. So which would I choose if I were building in Tornado Alley? Red iron, without question. The peace of mind and proven performance are worth the extra investment when Mother Nature decides to test your home. What are you building? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this helped you make a decision, smash that like button and subscribe for more honest engineering breakdowns. Stay safe out there.